sit on your word. And then, Okasama for the Oyeni party, the Yena TV no. Tia stress a Yesu Christu team, sin the fantasy chain. Number was seven song command in Tiasia. Namin so a ye TV no. Yes, we in Tiasia and find you. Right out of the conversation, Ebenya and then Mayenya a renewed character. A renewed mindset when it comes to our responsibility towards one another. Already come down. After the man take control of time I die in name. Already, may you impact peace in our hearts. After ye was seven. And give us a burning desire to apply what we're going to hear from you. When Jesus Christ came, said him from so be by line so anointing and Kayam Bible and the right thing we are Jesus Christ and cover us all with the righteousness of Jesus Christ. Yet was say what so Bekasa Shrine what Jesus team. Amen. Only a waiting Yamina Sem. Text ye babe jinaso na afi enumre ye tie Yamina Sem ana ye di Yonkodoradio. Ewo Mark chapter 12 verse 30 and 31. Mark and Humano chapter 12 verse 30 and 31. More tree Bible no mube to me na ready na ye hia se mu kan ema na no maye ne sa. This will be a betumi akan ema Mark chapter 12 verse 30 and 31.
Jo women say radio sem Marko ti du mienu ti mo aduasan ni aduasa baako. Na do Awurade Nyankopɔn firi wakoma nyinaa mu ene wo kra nyinaa mu ne wadwene nyinaa mu ne wahoɔden nyinaa mu na de etoso mienu nie do yonko sɛ wo ho no asɛm bia ni hɔ a ɛkyɛn yeinom. Amen.
Amen. Ye mami nyame nhyira obebre. The summary of Mran nyina nyame ediamain any sane ade a ye nuaba ekan. Summary. Mra yinim nyina wo trosem okane nyina bomu na wo se wo tro into 1 or 2 sentences ono na ye mami aka ama atreyen. Tie ndo nyame. Ya kuma, ya twini, ya humudin, ya mfani na ndonyami. One day he's in the invisible world. Ya mfani nwa humudie. Yedi jidi nyedi somu say God exists. He created us. We have to love him from the bottom of our heart. Jidi. But say yebano into the physical world. There is nowhere to me ehun pa de nyame say after you loved me nia unhu me no nia unhu no so no you have to love your neighbor like yourself. We don't see God, yet we are called to love God with yakuma yadwin. Ebimuye pa kwan onyam ondo mu bibia asum nyame eye nkwanhyesem, but you don't see him. Akinya unhu no, how do you relate to that person? When a baby no say nyam sum musi musum mi de mu hu na nia mu hu no, how do you relate to that person? In that we'll talk about the way We relate to those we see. And the word that I'm paying for the word responsibility. Nyami, oh boy, in such a way, say we don't live in a vacuum. We are not island. Baby, a young punauti, a young punaobo, a young na umaniji na ubasa so. You came through the work and the help of your parents. Muna nyame famoso na ubaye. Ubano young na ubaye. Obisu through parent basa so. Or on the other side, obisu sa we came into families. And the family is part of a society. Then the society is part of a country. The country is part of a continent. Then the continent is part of the earth. And Nyami and Boy say we live as separate individuals. Or boy, so that we live in communities, in families. And by doing so, we can have an effect. Kaisa word, no. You can have an effect, an impact on someone else. And the responsibility ye can wasem no. And then they say Nyami e fauso who have an impact into the life of somebody. So a dictionary no more say responsibility is the state or fact of being responsible, answerable, or accountable for someone or something within your power or control or management. And they say, koye be. Wa uti nyami na sem. Nyami kase. Nyami ai shenyama in such a way say, obi woho. Nipa ba kuminu ana group bi woho. You have some influence upon. And now they are under your sphere of influence. Yembubu asemu itinienti asye. Se ufa parenta. Fie a utimono una ukunu. Se muye mieno krapwa. Ukunu, you have some influence you can exert upon your wife. And the wife is also wotumika krebi and the influence be you can exert upon your husband. Then our sphere of influence is growing. You can have an influence upon. Then say you translated the same thing in the church. You have an influence upon because you will be point so that that person can be under your sphere of influence. For example, we are choir master. Somehow they look up to you. Who influence or choir so to make Cambridge no more ye. To make Cambridge no be crop and candy plants will say ne obebo ako swanyumbi and now betu anamumbi. But because choir master can't no way there, no way, you have some influence. You all of you are elders. You're called pastors. Pastor to me can be no be a name candy plants will say okay and if pastor can they make it some influence. But we just a greeter and an usher at the door of the church. You too, you have some influence in some influence over them. So the first visitor, another visitor walk by the first time into your church. We are meeting for the first time is you. In the three, the welcome, a shaking in a trolling with joy. You know, we back on the show and I say, wow, you're having an influence on that person. There was so oh brother, mina me ko pe baby am no atena. No so ni nsem today obi a unim no for the past 2 or 3 years. Nature one making it comfortable. What point you say, oh, insu wonya insu, no ko pe insu bi udi amano. Nyame is giving you the opportunity to have an influence on somebody. I was sharing for the first time. But ye impo ya so if you are outside the church, ye bibia yeti ye neighbor ayeneti. Mpo obi a ye hu no da. Aye nyina ye koye pa me washi obi wo train mu. Na nipa ko no hwe. Then you just smile in response. You don't know nienti nipa ko anta no hwe. Maybe not be it also not sitting in and then he sees that smile. No smile, no asheni enijebi. A man who hope be. And now we see no one. I say, oh, you know what? Oh, stop be wash your be. You know what? Oh, they know what? No catching you out. The next person coming. Yes. Tell the person, say, I've given $20 to pay part of the groceries. You've had some influence in the life of Ubia you don't know. Responsibility. And say, God will open avenues for us to meet people who we can exert some influence upon. Yemfa Galatians chapter 6 verse 2. Yemfa aseme ewo ho. Yemami a okan man anaso bi foforo ewo twi na. Yemfa de ewo ho na yenkan Galatians chapter 2, chapter 6, sorry. Galatians chapter 6 verse 2. Yenkan nyame na asema ewo ho. Galatians chapter 6 verse 2.
Ni mo eye mienu nia odema yen mo so amuhuni so abia na saa na mode be wie Kristo emra so di amen.
Amen. We share the burdens of one another. Say, unim no. Washia no for the first time. Say, we train mu. Say, him found. Yet we should learn to bear the burdens of one another. Onunti na addition enyapa to be responsible. Have some responsibility in your character towards the burdens of one another. Now this one and you know create ni problem and you know don't train a ban so. But Joseph say, let us bear one another's burden, especially in our families. Joseph and Miles say, to me, if we cannot, 1 Timothy chapter 5 verse 8, I can. She said, to me care about my own family members. We are worse than an unbeliever. 1 Timothy chapter 5 verse 8. In the Bible, my own say we should bear the burdens of one another. Mumayonko Galatians chapter 6 verse 9 and 10. Galatians 6, 9 and 10. Mumayonko asemswa ewoho. Galatians 6, 9.
Mama yemwe papa yemu. Na se yampa ba yebetwa so aba ni bremu. Amen.
Amen. Mayembre kayemu. Let's keep on doing good, because we will reap the benefit of it. Enti nia oni nam ho oko obey a owo ahinyim ma yemfini sa ana yemfa words keke injanichi se udie yo ko ebe yi o se ye papa towards one another. We are responsible for the well-being of our brothers and sisters. I say, especially say, we should carry our burdens. And Chebia now obi posti picture of mommy bia. I'm sorry also for mommy. But when you breast cancer, no bread, Ghana so much share. So you right to say to handle that ain't easy. According to the MT, like almost like every week or then it back my minister for mommy or no hospital of anoche. Now walk on chemotherapy. Na Ghana sad chemotherapy ye can send. It's information I mean you're correct. And ye around 7,000 a week. Into uti asemeti say ya. Mimiti asemeti say, what do I do about it? Mpa senpai bo how they support. That's the first thing in here. But say we should say for that family, sika ben nombenya nom they are supporting mania all go through that chemotherapy. The cost, the mental burden and fatigue. Say we part of the family. We okum. If you do tuni na mami yiri me any same. In front of me be fearba. Na obey another burden. Yet tin semeti say ya. What do we do about it? Well, so say my young say enye kwa. Ntina nyame bi kwan bi enmani mo. So Joseph enye kwa. Na nyame bi kwan say onkodi Prime Minister. Before so be the Prime Minister, na enye kwa. Na nyame mas okoshe Potiphar ho. Because from Potiphar no the oko prison. Na okoji obi nkwa. Nya wonu woko wafun onyin nkrofo mienu a na nka omukso mbeda prison. Sana baku ode baku so ode wageno. Into through Joseph nimbwa. Now what they were and he got into a place of honor. Now if later on so if someone swana Joseph so ebejina bibia no dojina. But put the most important thing sana Prime Minister okubidi and yes say okudi. Now when your title no born in same Prime Minister. No sana blidi beba. Ni father ni nunu be nya odiphobia ya be famso o me fanso no momu nya eduani di abra na drought and famine aba o man so bebia na ni papa na nenu anum etie she sine nyame ehihye niama. Joseph was responsible for the well-being ninu. But not just Ninianum, not just his father. Through Joseph, Nanyami prepared the way for the children of Israel to come into Egypt, to go through that slavery process, and later on to go to Canaan as So Joseph had a role to play in that without him even knowing it. The Nanyami from Joseph and said, "Oh, you are paying crowd be ye, starting from no kwe obedi di mame wo Potiphar ne fie then who ko prisoner twa so di no kwe na bua obetumi di aboa amanfo no bua won not knowing say it was going na nyame faso wa shran Joseph was sani for nebusuafo no was started the people of Israel as we know them were Egypt. Now was see quite ama Moses to come and deliver. Nina Joseph. And coming back to the example, obini die yare, mami aye kan wansem. O yare wo Ghana. So friend mami ajima also for mami ajima. What can we do when we hear cases like that? And yet Ghana kura put the anka say yeah, because anye ye okroma yes somebody be kaka na ko ye be brave. See, it cases like that. How does it touch our hearts? Especially within the family, the people of God. When you are responsible somehow of the well-being of people that God bring your way. Starting from your family, you are responsible for the well-being of Mofra. Internet young say awofo ye be spending more time and energy and resources into nyama perishable. Nyama eneno china bibi bebo mu ana fio eko than our own children. Asema ye kan mama yentini ye. It's sad. So we spend more time in things that will perish and vanish in the twinkle of an eye than things are permanent. Like yam mofra aya media maye. Through them, God is preparing people almost through Yami, and you just your generation. Almost generation, the generation of their children, and the generation of the children of their children. Nina started from yen ayo line so. Se member mantunya nya adajira mawo, mantunya nya time mawo, na omo ansuro nyame suro. Now they miss the mark. They abandon the faith. Baby. Jam yam so. Now no ko bon krofuso oba na be ma onso onsuro nyame. Na omumma so onsuro nyame. Na omumma onsuro nyame. Share your contribution to the work of the Lord. What we say? Through you and I. Instead of building people who fear the Lord, they are contributing in building the kingdom of the enemy. Inti niyama bibiri wa yese ya dajiri ya energy. Umikoji din wa Ghana. De misi aburu sign bi obi amosupe yes. Auntie. Say. Auntie adwa. Muni manda adwa. Anda adwa. Friend, Houston, sorry. New York, sorry. First Ghana. Say, Washington. Mami Muntininga on the Mumbre Shabro sign. What is the eternal value of Abro sign? Energy, time. Shemu to the detriment of one say I can have an impact on their life so that you know, at times we misplace our priorities. In addition, you and I, we are responsible. As part of your character, we have to build responsibility in. Mumma yenhwe assembly. Luke chapter 11 verse 5 to 13. Luke chapter 11 verse 5 to 13. A story ati abre. But in this story, we learn the sense of responsibility.
So look at T. Dubacon, Tichemo, Enum, Ekro. No, Okacha won't say, no more why no, Adam 4, no obeko ne nchen odesuo mu akoka kire no say danfo femme pano miensa na madamfo bi free kwan so aba me nchen na me bribi me manu na ofi momo hwa bebua no say enhame na watopono mu na mema wo me nchen wo mpaso na mentumi nsori mema mesimo say adamfo nko dia anka ore nsori mema no na meni edenti obesori abemma no dodo a ehia no.
Amen. Ye de besia ye dasi ma nyame nshira bebre e parable nyanko Yesu Kristo no oka but adesua wo mo pa in terms of being responsible for our brethren, for wona nyame anyone eba yakwemu nti abrantie bi ana young lady bi anajo otiwo na obi abebo okoko den o minyanko bi na betina mpofri mu anu aba mefi oba yeso akom na ebe no nti menni pan nti boami nti sanyanko na obi aba se obesra no one at any level anko betumi aka na emi bafo o menyanko bubu mi nchesa na nkodo kramio o krami na nka masisi mu na wabai wan krai me ni fi wo ha ndi eja for we ifun kodasa no on this that person is jumping into action situation aba event no aba it wasn't planned but here is a situation where somebody needs something oh here baby inti only sa we or the bebo an yankon or call obi foforo nchen wako bokoko wako jimbo knowing the idea of responsibility and yet now we are in the position to even help or assist somebody and yet because we don't necessarily control things together. But how willing are we to take a step to at least try and help? And then addition or the fact that we feel for our friends, feel for other people. Sa says in a yajira. No obi yen bibi aye be buano no yajira. Even what a Christopher yentem. On an addition, actually, I can say, Nyami will use you and I by creating situations where we are called to jump into action and help. Impo in ne utumi ye papa na dani insem bebre in the way tini baby oh boy we see we fede or the it happens, but that should not kill our sense of responsibility. Ono na ne adwisian etwene adwen esiso otumi tu anamu ba yehwe osi midnight abra obia ada abra obia ejina home no onanti efinifi akone neighbor okoko se misrewa abwame na membua obi. Midnight, time to sleep. On ofinifi a kobi for fonjese wame with bread for my friend who is visiting me. Eya disua kesimayen nyame mwayen na yen starting from our homes. Yen tuning to that extra step anamon to be there for our family members. But for now, sweating, you can't on ye. You will not done anything yet. we are called to go the extra mile at midnight, to go where help is, to help the one in need. Yeye Christopher Krapo die nyame adom. Baby yen wa efi eba no. Yenim. Nyankopon came first. By engine how. Yen wa hi no sincerely. Me kuno ojije me. Ana mi ira ojije me. Ana situation bi I have no control. Me to me di me yefun to ho me to me come to dem say me bon paya man sakra yaba. That's midnight. Going to the source of help. Nampo say one day on one. And now 2 days, 3 days, now we are persistent. Lord, I need to help that person who has visited me and who is in need. That's spiritual. And yet, mpaibope nyedi boa. And yet, nyamini mpe nyedi boa. But even resources and nyamidi amayen, how does it contribute to help others? To help the church? To help God's ministry? To help people back home in Ghana? To help people under our sphere of influence? No kind. Nti yebebom aye samre me aka yede be Bible. Pray. So nyame be manye a sense of responsibility towards for the well-being of the people. Another test be na manage ho pa can say papa ye no krapo maye nye towards omo kan ye omo ye busuafo pe. We dey oye me busuani. We dey minimum no. We dey oye me nyanko or see even the pagans. They help themselves. And we should go beyond that. And papa pet. Now them is me papa. No, we should go beyond. And you want minimum. Or minimum fi kroba. Epe no there. Me show. My ye one dabi. In him, the story of the Good Samaritan. Fimi krum di me una madani me ko. Ni krum fo be ba be so mu bi. O na say your friend asoro say on krofo omo fi kro ba ko. On fa na sem ko kan kire wo. Nyame hu ye mobo. Obia or the baya kwemon. It's that person is our neighbor. We have to show that we are responsible to some extent for the well-being of anyone God brings our way. Inti yebebom aye. Obia wo line so bebo sampainabi. Pray for yourself first. Bring it back. So baby no be aye minti. I papa ge krapa aye me dia. Everybody help me. To be a resilience now brasiemo. Take a minute or two. Srema so that nyame betumi akenya that spirit of being responsible for the well-being of others. No. Weyemu. To be ansinitiasi na yemfa minute ako anami no bi mfambo individual prayers. Mehia ubrina Donfunya Nimi Tinse Odiam Ema Sumje Mehia Re Maji Washi Ramine Ma Yebese nipa mienu na mabompaye amaye. Bompaye say nyame mind that spirit. I will feel responsible for the well-being of Ubia nyame ne beba ya kwan so. Yebese nipa mienu mfaye nyina ye line so. Ni yen sorry yen nuanom yadofonom agidifo yen nyasa atinka no say my fellow brother ana nyanyami enin abamakwemu no na abamakwem so that I can be a channel who can exert a good and positive influence when if I come na sitting by helping, by assisting, by through my words, through my act and everything. The best nipa minu mabo sampai no amaye.
That was the Japa. And you acquire some more diamond a no queer. I do near DG Nippon. That's we are cut your meal and sasha. A bad day near Betty, I am a unianum. So will be a winning lunqua, the winning lucra and a second. Then so, and I'm not nipper a timaya den. O kwayan pokra wunya bi kohuna da be wunim ni pass mercy ni akeka no hunsam ya enti ade na wo de kwache no kra no na wo kra wo yam sa hyeso ebi kra na ntisa nyame nso ka che sekra wo ka do ye no kra wo koya na fe ni e kwche aba di animu o me di ade asmesi ko mercy wo di eboko na ade ahye ne nsem na akọ baby Aja kasa na sesi ye. Yeni anu a ye ho ti ese ye bibi akasi enya bi ma wo. Ye nwe de nipa beka ho. Enso ya ma hu abehihye ye mu. Ye koye kura ni esuro se ebi obeye ye bibi. Ade anyame mu na wo ye no nya sebone su. Ye wurade yi ta hu ni free ye mu. Na ma wo konkon metna ye mu. Na de sesi ye ma ye nuanu ni afoforo a aja be ye wo bia no. Enu kwa ne ye hwehwe nke awurade hu ye mobo ye ma ye nsem e ma foforo ye ye nsem ma foforo a aja ubosha wa hye ye nyina ni hu a emamu ye kata ye nsa so ade ye nyina be ye kwa we ye nkrata o me na bi na kan wo se toje mu abehye na wo ti ase a wo betimi aye bia boa wo nuanu wa anya ne bedum ne bia wo ni bia no after na wo beka say first na me will be na say anata say ye wurade ma gonkon nka ye nya di mo de kese na ye botiatia ye ho no ye ma ye nsem ma foforo ye ba ye nsem aja dan kwa ma wupia ye nyina nya nkwaje eworu aja ye sewo ye hia ho konkron no na ho konkron tretri ye nyinara ho konkron nka ka ye nyinara na de ya ye mfa kumapa nye wotan ho odo so ni emfa ma ye nuanu ne bibia nkoye mobrofo wo ye mu bebre ya safo ye wuwo mu mobrofo wo nanso wo ye den na wakoye o nipa no kra ye ne tiasafo no no obese no kra kirewa ni de wonye nanso se ba mu so be ya nya de nipa beka ye nsuro nipa nyame na esi nsuro no ye ma ye nuame no mo so ho to na da wo ma wupia ye nyina nya nkwaje ewodu ajapa udi mu ne ese woni meyi ye so be ma ye ho konkron no ye timi aye woduma ahye odi an nyam na aba ya anye fi muto Yaja, Udini, yes, and you give you a pass over to you where Yajan Papa.
Yes, Lord.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen. Amen. Wachwaka nipa baako.
Nyankopɔn yɛ bankɛseɛ de akoma a ɔboto na bubuo no wompo. Ɔmɛka hyia ahengua yɛ anim. Woka wo asɛm mu wɔ 1 John 3:21 sɛ yakoma ebu yɛn fo a wose woyɛ kɛse paa kyɛn yakoma no. Na sɛ yakoma mu yɛn fo di a yɛde nam yɛ na ɛbɛ w'anim.
Amen.
Ɛbɛ wo na wakoa so ɛyɛ simto bebree akyerɛ yɛn. Ebinom ayɛ ebinom papa ne wɔn ho. Ɛyɛ papa na yɛde bɔne tua wɔn ka. Tama yɛaboto yɛmpɛ sɛ yɛbɛkɔ anim biem. Yɛnni ha ahoɔden no yɛpa ɛnyɛ yi a yɛaba wo nkyɛn yɛnim sɛ wobɛyɛ yɛn aduro.
Amen.
Ɔboto na bubu no Awurade wo ankasa wobɛbubu no.
Amen.
Let's one no. Never be on the footfall. That's all the women conquer now, we share gum. One may have dinner, you bet him be away, Juma. Anyway, may can say that they want us to you more. Yes, baby, I do. But the woman call my blank. Won't to me, maybe. This is your travel and coupon, we yet Giano. That young mommy, Radi, so your moody and Batao. And so, yes, so ever when we went tiring. The idea about me, yes, so a young redness so you mo. So you're not a young girl, you know, a great blame. What I mean to hear more number ready into me. It's a ready so you know, the what's my bay and chain. We are big fans, and yet, nothing you with Juma. Don't come to remember. Sadly, let me holding. Show and conquer the boy, so nobody saying, Dean. Or what you might be a hand say. You better see a ready. So we are 2 4. Now your catcher will be Yamayan. Where the Yamayan, the intimate showing you yam. Why don't compare you to Germany yet be sorry. Amen.
Amen. Yedamasi bebre nyame shramu. Kanye just about 3 minutes. Pamucho bebre me ye brebi wahase. Mumfanche me bebre we manje permission bia enfinipa kono hot there. But I felt strongly say nipa kono hiya mbwa. Me, I didn't know me nim nipa kono. But enche bia na obidi betu me nim say oh ye metumi aye bia de aboa nipa kono. I think say ebeboa nipa kono me kan ha say me kyerem earlier on. Me share me screen na mwehu bibi kakra na ye nyina ya dwene hu anye yie na ye betumi starting with mpaibo na afi say hu count say go beyond them mpaibo no a na also waye ne sa menim say muhu me screen dia me yi nipa kono efi so but nipa kono me kan ho asem no so for maami agima yare ato no bibi edru no ni fumienu ne nyina ba koni. The other one senior INE. Me trying to face kakra so that just to offend them. But the whom be can't be say yeah, the bois no yeah. Same I bono beku win him now the mamia to win and yamin saying young upon some pigeon sanon chere kwaya mpocho. I bet ye fasting and prayers no kaima meron fa to yamin because they war. Anka obepe say ya ye line so yen nyina ye be su ye be franya me ama ntunya na onso obrese no kai no ntini de osofo no din na to minim ne de but at least me ne din komo kakra e fa yare no ene mboa bia na yesu ye betumi de akoboa nti din ne wo ho ne phone number se wo pede wo so frɛ no na wo check na wo hwɛ kwan obetumi a support aboa de meaning ne se na wo bia Ghana sika 7,000 de o de omokɔ na omo de kɔ hospital ekoye maame no chemotherapy ene de ekeka ho ti Ghana se o se sika na month de wo di crap ne ubenya bi wo yenim senia so asofo omo aketwa no munyamatie ti yedi to bia nenim say yembom pe abra ye can responsibility we say we are responsible for one another no wan bia so a nyame be kaya koma say yem ye mama mi we no yeso yem kasa kwan so ne yemboa ye be bom pa ye need na hye nyame nsa na ye adwumadi na aba na ewie so elder Derek me mesre say ube bom pa ya na ube yubi no abom pa ya odi mami ya hye nyame nsa amayena ananka ya yana sa ne de adwumadi na aba na ewie
okay yo we am say ya samo pasa mesre se mo eda yemon paye pasa yemon paye Nyankopɔn ne Awurade Yehowa odasanini o nipa wo boy a wo say they perfect na ye no kren so e ba ne sen na nipa wi Yehowa hwede yare aye nipa yen pa ye hwe no e den ma yen na ne ye woni ho eni wokunu eni abusu ye te ho
yes
yes raw e pa chopi say yesika ne ye bibia ntimi ye bibia gise wunyame wo pem
yes
raw pa cho say Awurade hu mudi kan pa na aginkwapa Yesu ba bi aduri ye ho a enkwa home da so woni mu o nti Awurade says
yes
Yehowa na no ka kire Mary ne Martha ba bi anu mu nua no kura de na ni da so bia ni ho bi ofise na nkwa free mu 4 days so Awurade be mu no nti Awurade pasa bre se de wakoa aka na koma no wo pridi ma aginkwapa Yesu so for maame Awurade yes so epa chopi se ma ye nhwe ye honam ana se asetina mu den a eye na ye nwene ho se nipa da sani na abrese Yehowa mesre betumi abasa me $1 betumi make it difference
yes Lord
abasa $100 betumi make it difference
yes Lord
ya miss slow pachopi se o man gan mu aye dene na sabre mu ni asia kwete bi etise mu Awurade sabre yes slow ya rie ma abusu etumi pu nipa ya rie ema nipa ni mu Awurade pa sabre ya de sof mami show ya ho ansa
yes Lord
ade wuni se usane wa ho de tumi mu aginkwapa Yesu nsankyere ne bedadi
yes
Lord baby I can say aye no fue ya masabre yempa ye hwe ede maye no ye hu atumfo ye slow pachopi senga fa wonsa to ho
yes Lord
ye betumi aye oni ye so dia na aginkwapa Yesu ye betumi aye
yes
akom kire mbre mu aginkwapa Yesu ye slow pachopi se we mobona ye hawa ye nemu no enkenya dansidie se medimedie no to nchen na me hu of maame ne die ni nti no Yehowa mesrew who anese ye me $1 ye me $100 whatever a year ye wo bia no ye ntimi fan support to maame
yes Lord
safo ye da wasese watie yen
ye
da wasese maame yare ye da wasese ya wo ko mu kunu ne ne ma atwa ne ho ahia Awurade me nim ha wo be tele afa
yes
Awurade yesrew o se niema bi on mo a agi akom kire ne mpaibo
yes
jami e pa wo chew so maame mo bo
yes Lord
but that just say ya ko wom Awurade kasa
yes Lord
Awurade kasa na kasa to me about what Christ Amen.
Amen.
Somdwe hene.
Amen. Jesus.
Di abete no boa ye ni mfa ye dwuma. Bia ebetumi asoport obi. Na na sitene mu aye nije kakra. Boa ye. I say one boy just to be to live as an island, but you wanted us to live within communities, within families, to support one another.
Yes, Lord.
Neradi obi kopinwa yenya atinka, because as your children, senior Yesu or heaven, one year born is unya atinka ema yase a eyirano. Boy ye nesu yenya atinka ma our neighbors, people who don't know, who are suffering. Already, how mahum. And you repeat your sa what munanuma yeba line so. Neradi mayem fihano with asumdre, with peace from heaven in our families, peace in our churches, peace in our marriages, peace in at work at our workplaces. Na yensu dia odeye ye na yasi. Or how a person is so atikakano is yenye ya femutie. Shira umma na kayenye na o Yesu Kristo di mo na ya bon.